I don't think it is fair on your part. No, if it is 1 second, Ms. Grover. Ms. Grover, 1 minute, please. You see, I don't think it is appropriate on your part to simply say that anybody who does not agree with you is abdicating their social responsibility. I don't think it is my social responsibility to agree with you.
No, I did not say that.
No, it is not my social responsibility to agree with you.
Anybody who does not,
it's not. I'm making that clear. It's not my responsibility to agree with you.
I did not say that.
Thank you.
If that's the way you read it, that's really your problem.
No, you said it, so I'm clarifying, but anyway, it's not about that.
Rapes, let us understand. That's not the issue, right? You are not the issue here. So let's understand why
I'm saying you're not the issue, Ms. Grover. Let's not personalize this. Let's actually get a little serious on the debate. Let's not.
Right, Arnab. Let's continue with the issue.
Let's continue with the issue. Smriti Irani wants to respond. We're getting two responses. We're getting two responses here. Gurbir needs to come in, but before that, let me take the counter view. 1 second. Brinda Grover, please understand.
Why will rape within the family not lead to death penalty?
Who is saying it's not?
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about rape within the family.
No, responsibility of the person who's perpetrating the crime. Why am I always expected to have social responsibility? Where does the social responsibility go for the other individual?
Can I talk about rapes that are most rampant?
I just sit back and say, no, it's a beautiful platitude. It sounds so nice. Well, it stopped sounding nice.
No,
it stopped sounding nice. I remember Tagore from school, where the mind is without fear. I fear every day. My 6-year-old daughter, I fear for. My wife is traveling on the road. I fear for that. My mother takes a walk in the park. I fear for that. And all I have to listen to is somebody talking about saying social abdication of responsibility. Where is social abdication of responsibility when it comes to the other individuals? Are they not?
What should men be doing?
Have they gone mad?
Men should be talking to other men.
Rabid? What is wrong with them?
Smriti Irani is also rebutting. Gurbir, I'm sorry, I'm coming to you late. Smriti Irani is also rebutting. Smriti, 1 second, one at a time. This is an open debate round. Smriti Irani wants to rebut what Brinda Grover said. Smriti.
I think Brinda Grover tonight says that let the affected parties speak, and specifically she mentioned and hinted at the ladies on the panel tonight. In a response to that, I only have two things to say. Firstly, to presume that if a child is raped, only women in the family or in society at large will be affected by it and not men, I think would be a very unjust kind of an understanding of crime against women and children. Secondly, since I've been asked as a woman, Rinda, tonight on this channel, not as a member of parliament, not as a politician, if my child was brutalized, I would want that rapist hung till death. But my challenge is that I'm also a member of parliament. Hence, though I would like to shoot that rapist myself, I have to work within the framework of the constitution, which right now does not allow death for a gang rape, does not allow, under protection of children from sexual offences 2012, death for somebody who brutalizes a minor, not only rapes but also attempts to murder the child. Does not provide for that death. In fact, I would like to here highlight that while we are talking about the Nirbhaya case and how death should be given to those who raped that lady, I think what we also forget that in case of this 5-year-old in Delhi who was brutalized by 2 men, I don't want to get graphic on this channel, with oil bottles shoved up her vagina. Vrinda, if I was that mother, I would shoot those men myself. But I have to work within a framework of law, and it is that law and the social aspect to it.
Right,
which
but you can change that law.
That you can change that law. Why is there an outcry? Why is there an outcry in the entire nation for a stricter law? Because justice is seen to be denied and delayed.
Absolutely.
That is the problem.
Absolutely.
Of all the statistics that Mrs. Badal said on your channel tonight, there is only 2% conviction rate.
One view. Before I get a response in, Harsimrat ji, I'm coming to you next, but I just want to get Gurbir, who hasn't spoken yet. Gurbir.
I would tangentially support Brinda in a way that she's talking about laws being, making the law is not the ultimate issue, making it more tough. Look at it this point. Are we getting worse? Yes, we are. Here we have a rape of a lady who's a professional. I mean, it's never happened before. In Mumbai, we've never seen this kind of thing where a professional. How does
it matter which is a professional or non-professional, a journalist
in the sense that things are getting worse.
No, there is a
situation. The situation is getting worse, definitely, where it's by abandon. I mean, there is absolutely no security for anybody who's doing any kind of professional
All I'm
work.
asking, Gurbir, is that the law was amended in March 2013, and the fact is, has there really been much of a change in the law on rape? The punishment has only gone through. It's gone through cosmetic changes. What question I'm asking is, when rape results in death, it would have invited a death sentence in any case. The law has only gone through cosmetic changes. Why don't we admit that? We made cosmetic changes in the law, and we get outraged every time an incident repeats itself.
Now I'm saying, look at it from another point of view. Policing. Is there sufficient policing?
Will policing change overnight? No, will policing...
Let's just take this one example.
Will policing change overnight?
Let's just take...
Can policing change overnight? Can judicial reforms happen overnight? MN Singh.
Well, judicial reform is needed, police reform is needed, but is that going to be the immediate solution to the problem?
Precisely, we are talking about an immediate solution.
Now, of course, we should have the best of everything.
In this case specifically, let's take the example. Here was a mill which is full of drug addicts. It's 1 kilometer away from a police station. The police knew about it, what was happening there. They allowed this cesspool to continue. If there had been proper policing, that mill should have been barricaded. The management should have been asked to...
We are not talking about only specific... that way behind every incident of rape, Gurbir, with greatest of respect, in every incident of rape, there is a specific...
You have a fairly tough law. What is there to bring people to book?
No, how do you define a fairly tough law? How do you define Farhan Akhtar is coming in. Farhan, yes.
No, sorry. No, I'm just saying what the gentleman just speaking before me was saying, I think is very true, and it is a question that must be asked. On today's channel, the amount of people, whether it's from police who have come out and said that this area is notorious for drug addicts and drug dealers and everybody to be hanging out, and it is an area where this thing, if they know all these things, why haven't they cleaned it up?
Precisely.
No, you see, Gurbir and Farhan, let's be very clear on this. We can have a very specific debate on the incidents, on the particular factors that led to this particular incident, right? We can debate that ad nauseam, but then, Farhan, every particular incident has a backdrop, has a certain specific backdrop, and we lose sight of the bigger picture. I'm raising a bigger picture question.
Of course it does.
Bigger picture question.
You're absolutely right. But the fact is, when you're talking about the conversation was about police reform, and of course it's needed, and judicial reform is needed, and civil society needs to get involved and start thinking differently. But the fact is, within just basic things, when people know that there are certain notorious elements hanging around in some place and have been for the last how many ever years since the mill
exactly.
What I'm saying is that you need tough laws, you need strong policing. You need also psychic change.
Sure, all these exactly. I agree with you. But there are many who use the bad application of law argument, the bad policing argument, and the slow judiciary argument to say we don't need tough laws. The law currently provides for death sentence for repeat offenders. I'm asking, as I go to Harsimrat Kaur Badal, she's been waiting. I'm asking you today, why should an offender be on the streets at all? Do we need sexual predators out on the streets? And why should I be sympathetic to them? Why should I not believe like Roshan Abbas? I want compassion for the victim, not compassion for the accused. Yes, Harsimrat.
So, Arnab, you've got everybody from policemen to politicians to everybody on your panel. I wish you had got somebody from the judiciary. This is exactly what I'm trying to say, is that unless the conviction rate goes up, how does the fear come in? Unless the police are responsible, like the people
but that's
before
passing
me
the
said,
buck, Harsimrat ji.
That was an area where these kind of people...
But Harsimrat ji, this is all going to be passing the buck. Everybody passes the buck to everybody else. No, Harsimrat ji, I'll tell you how I'm looking at it.
You're talking about bringing... Can I just answer one answer to you? You said let's make the law tougher. Do you know when the entire country, 16th December, everybody was out on the streets, 40 more rape cases took place in spite of the whole spotlight being there.
So,
after the ordinance was passed, 150 more took place in Delhi.
But that's exactly the law is not tough enough.
It will only deter it. When we brought in a tougher law from the earlier one, the ordinance came in, it was toughened. But the crime did not stop because it did not
Harsimratji, why don't you open yourself up to the argument? No, why don't you open yourself up to the argument that a law that only goes through cosmetic changes will not be a deterrent? It will not, and coupled with it. Coupled with it. No.
I'm sorry, Arnab. I will have to step in here.
Okay, one second. MN Singh wants to come in.
I'm sorry.
MN Singh.
I'm sorry. I will have to step in here. I do not agree with your premise that we have made only cosmetic changes to the legal system. Our laws against rape are fairly tough. They are quite tough. But the thing is, it's not being enforced and implemented the way it ought to be. Judiciary is not giving punishments the way it ought to be giving. Now, I think we are trying to find a very easy solution to a very complex problem. I think if you say that by giving death sentence, making a provision of death sentence for rapists, the problem of rape is going to be solved. I'm sorry, I'm not going to agree with you.
But Mr. MN Singh,
you have a very tough law in place, and my fear is coming true. In the beginning of your debate, I said, please don't make it just a policy-specific debate. Have a comprehensive, objective debate, but you have come down to the same thing again.
Mr. MN Singh, what happens?
Pointing fingers to the police is, if that is the solution, then well, you can go on doing that.
I can tell you. I'll tell you how the
police have to take responsibility for overall general law and order management.
That is what one at a time.
I think you must also give credit to the Mumbai police that the rapists were arrested in 18 hours.
No, I'm not going to give any credit.
Why not?
I'll tell one second.
Police are not there in every nook and corner.
Now you've got to,
please,
till the tenure of the trial, make it a non-bailable offence till the trial goes on. Even that will be a deterrent.
Unprotective responsibilities which have been given to the police,
yeah.
You remove them from those and let them do their basic job of policing and crime management, and you'll see the situation will improve.
But why are we debating this inside the studio all the time?
And
debating this inside the studio, and we are saying,
if the only purpose of the debate is to go for a death penalty for the murder,
that's not
the rape,
that's only a point of debate.
I think we have trivialized the whole debate.
One second, Mr. MN Singh, can I just say one thing?
Yeah, please.
Can I tell you how people?
I do not agree for this death penalty for rape.
Mr. MN Singh,
there is a provision for death penalty in certain situations of rape if it is accompanied by murder. But
it's
no.
It's sociologically too beyond doubt that
I think we are trying to find a very easy solution to a very complex problem.
Can I just say one thing to you? Can I just say one thing to you? For example, let me give us one second. Gurpreet, let me give you a specific example.
Just one thing.
One second. Dhananjay Chatterjee, you remember, he got death not because he raped a woman, okay? Not because he raped a woman, but because he murdered her. Okay, the new laws say death penalty is an option when rape results in death of the victim. In any case, death invites charges of death. One second, death invites charges of death, so nothing is substantially different. I am only asking one question tonight.
But has that stopped rapes?
No, one second. See, three arguments are coming forward, and I am deliberately provoking this debate. First, you ask a politician, why are so many of your MLAs charged with rape? Why are there 6 MLAs in India charged with rape from your political parties? They are going to say, you know, quick fix solutions. Don't blame politicians all the time. They are going to then the politicians will say, well, I hope you had a judicial person from the judiciary because the problem is with the judiciary, right? So we'll go one second. You get a lawyer or a person from the judiciary, they'll tell you, oh my God, again the media got it wrong. You should ask the prosecuting agencies. The problem is people like MN Singh, policemen. The problem is with the policemen. This merry-go-round, I'm sorry, this merry-go-round is not a happy situation for the person who is stuck in the spiral of rape.
No.
And I think this passing the buck attitude does not help.
You said what is wrong with the system, and I said in the beginning everything is wrong with the system. And let me tell you, that includes media also. Why do you pick and choose on only a few rape cases?
Oh, that's
when it happens in Mumbai, you shout a lot. When it happens in Mumbai, you shout a lot. When it happens in the interior areas, I
think once I want to say this.
Don't only attack the police or the politicians or the judiciary and make
MN Singh, in this country, unfortunately, whenever the 3 institutions, judiciary, police and politicians are questioned, they decide that the easiest option is to go attack the media.
Wrong.
No, let me complete. No, let me also have my say.
That's being very unfair.
Let me have my say. No,
let me
have my say. So, no, let me have my say.
That's being very unfair.
No, it's totally fair. And I put this question to Renuka Chaudhary. Because I remember, Harsimrat Kaur Badal, I'll tell you what, anyone today, either you don't do your job responsibly or you focus only on urban cases. On the 25th of December 2011, Indian history will record that a ruling party MLA from Banda in Uttar Pradesh from the BSP, when a girl went there to the police station to record a case of rape, he got charges of theft put against her. She was locked up. I want to ask all the people, who do this.
Take up an isolated case
this
and
is not
generalize. Don't take up an isolated case and generalize.
Now you're on the back foot.
No, I'm not on the back foot.
The question is this. MN Singh, understand this. All the people who have a...
You take this example of this very case, the police have acted very fast.
No, one second. You see, the problem
Why don't you also have some good things to say about the police?
Mr. MN Singh, I know you have to bat for the police, but allow me to complete my point. All the people who have a peoply life perspective of the media don't understand that the coverage of the Banda rape case, which changed, that two incidents which have changed the focus of this country in its attitude towards rape.